I still remember that morning vividly. Saigon, at the end of the dry season, with early sunlight filtering through the trees outside the cafe window, casting patterns on the old tiled floor. I-S-T-E-P-E-D. Into the cafe, with a half-dreaming, half-awake feeling, fresh from my small rented apartment in District 3. My backpack was still damp with sweat from riding my motorbike across the streets, but the aroma of freshly roasted coffee drew me straight to a familiar corner tableware. I usually sat to read and write a few lines in my journal before starting the day. The cafe wasn't large, but it had a charm of its own. Soft jazz played from an old speaker, blending with whispers of patrons and the sound of the coffee grinder, creating a rhythm so peaceful that anyone entering would feel as if they'd stepped into a different world, detached from the noisy city outside. That day, following my usual habit, I ordered a strong black coffee and opened my notebook, but my eyes couldn't fully focus on the lines. When I looked up, I saw her, the woman who would become my wife, standing near the door, holding a light jacket. She didn't smile, nor look directly at me, just furrowed her brow slightly before moving to the counter. Her slender figure, long flowing hair, and natural posture made everything around seem to fade away. I took a deep breath, trying to calm myself. I can't remember how long I watched her before realizing she was looking for a seat. A table next to mine had just become free, and she seemed to notice. She approached, smiled lightly, and asked, "Is this seat taken?" I nodded, feeling both nervous and excited. As she sat down, I realized my heart was beating so fast I had to hide behind writing a few lines in my notebook. We started talking first about the weather, the cafe, and gradually about the books we loved. The conversation was unhurried, yet every word, every gesture, felt like we'd known each other forever. I learned her name was Lynn, a newcomer to the city for work. She loved coffee, books, and cherished the quiet corners that Saigon sometimes still preserved. That day, I left the cafe with an indescribable feeling. Perhaps, for the first time in my life, I had met someone and knew in my heart that she was meant to stay. I didn't tell Lynn, but inside, something certain had already begun to grow. After that first meeting, we began seeing each other more often, but not in a cinematic, romantic